Keep it shining, shining on. Keep it shining on. All right, I just got back. Plugged into the electrical. So I'm going to give her a 4-hour charge. And that'll be a 4 kilowatt hour. It's 4 hours, but it's 1,000 watts. So it'll be a 4 kilowatt hour. Because when I was on my way back, even though I had some milk, I bought half a gallon of milk, and I don't have no ice. I have an ice chest in there, but I didn't buy no ice. The ice was $4, so I didn't buy the ice, and I got myself 3 chocolate bars. Okay, they're the ones that made with the bad sugar, sucralose, right? 80% sucralose. I wish they would clean this stuff up and put some organic raw sugar in it. And so I got myself 3 chocolate bars because that's how I get my fix of cinnamon. And without the fix of cinnamon, nose gets cold, ears get cold, right when it starts getting cold, when the sun goes down. And so you need that cinnamon. And I take the cinnamon in cocoa, hot chocolate. And so these are the best. I bought 3 more candy bars. Because the organic stuff, you have to mix everything perfect and it never comes out good. So this way you just take the chocolate bar, break off 3 pieces, throw it in the hot water. It's already ready for you. It's milk chocolate, so you don't even have to add no milk, even though, yeah, you don't even have to add no milk. And comes out perfect every time. And that's how I get my fix of cinnamon. Cocoa is good for you anyway, right? And but the important thing, the kicker, is the cinnamon, and it gets rid of all that. It gets rid of the cold feet, cold sweaty feet. Like I have sweaty feet right now. Cold sweaty feet, gets rid of the cold nose and the cold ears and cold hands. Okay, and so I got 3 candy bars, and I bought myself a bag of mandarins. They're the little small ones, so they're kind of like tangerines, and I paid, I think, $5 for them, for something close to $5. I got my receipt around here somewhere, but it's a good deal because they're good for you, and they're good tasting, and so it's an investment in your health. That's not the receipt. I don't know where the receipt is, but it's like 4 something, so it was $5. They're real good. I just had one. They're kind of like a tangerine, mandarin mixed in between. The mandarins, of course, are better, but these are pretty good. And the reason why they're better is because they're easier to peel. And these are a little bit more difficult to peel, and they're real small. So that's why. Like I said, the best would be if they'd put a sign out there. Pick your own mandarins. Right? They're just right over, just down there about 10 miles away. You got tons and tons of these things right on the tree. They got tangerines, mandarins, which they're both good. Real tangerines, not the half mandarin, half tangerine, the real 100% tangerine. And then they have the real 100% mandarins. You ought to look at them. The trees are small. They're not like your big orange tree. They're small trees, and they're loaded with fruit right now. And so I got back here, and I had the milk, and I was like, if I go in and bring the milk, put the milk in here, and then go back over to get charged up, right? Because like right here, I'm charging at 1,000 watts, and it's costing me 50 cents an hour. So I'm going to put like $2, right? I'm going to put 4 kilowatt. I'm going to put a 4 kilowatt hour into it. So that means I'm going to unplug it at 4 o'clock because it's 12 o'clock right now. So instead of turning and going home and dropping off the milk, I said, I'm just going to go over there and put about a half-hour charge because it's 5,000 watts. And so that's like 2.5 hours charging on this thing right here, I think. And so I get over there, and guess who's there? The gray Tesla. And the light is on. They're draining those things. Like I told you, these people are shameless. In Spanish, they're called sinvergüenzas. Those solar chargers were put there for low-income people in low-income communities, not people that drive $50,000 Teslas. They can afford to go over to the school and charge their car for $3, $4, or $5. And so that's pathetic. Poor people like moi get there, and it's freaking, every time that Tesla's there, the freaking red light is on. I don't know if the company is effing around with it. They're remote control. I know it's remote control. I looked at the specs. All the specs are online. Tells you how much it costs, how many batteries it's got in it, all this stuff. It's remote controlled. What they really need, I'll tell you, what they really need on these $70,000 solar panel car chargers for free, like the one that's right here in Avenel. That thing costs $70,000. You can look it up online. It's in Kings County. Just put Kings County, Avenel, Beam EV Arc, and that'll pull it up. So let me just check my signal here, make sure that the signal is good. Yeah, the signal looks perfect. So I will unplug this and just I'll set it down right here for right now. And so what they need, okay, we are living in the 20th century. You know how they have webcams everywhere, right? They have webcams to monitor traffic, webcams to see the weather, different parts of freeways. They've got webcams all over the planet Earth that you can access. There's like an app where you can see all, they're running 24/7. You can access these cameras on your phone if you didn't know that. Okay, I forget where it's at, but I know it's there. I've seen them before. And World Webcam or something like this, and they'll tell you, you want to see the Arctic, you want to see the Amazon rainforest, you know, just parts in Bolivia, a corner drugstore in Maragway or whatever. They need to have a camera on these $70,000 chargers, and probably other chargers too. Why not? Put them on all the chargers. They need that when you pull up your app and you look for a place and you click on that place, it can show you what's going on. It can show you if there's a car there. Okay? And this is desperately, desperately needed. Okay? And so let's see who can bring that to fruition. You know, just drop a camera. They've got a camera on it already. I read the specs to it. Okay, they're remote controlled, and they have cameras on them. I don't know where the hell the camera is. I think it's right there where you read the card. I think that's a camera. It doesn't look like one, but you know how they are, right? And so I was telling you earlier, I just came back from Kalinga right now. I got my paperwork for the EV rebate. So I'm just waiting to hear from them if they tell me that last paperwork that I turned in wasn't acceptable. Okay, so I've got all the paperwork I need now. I got the real McCoy, the whole deal. Um, and so while I was there in Coalinga, I was telling you about the organic tortillas that are available. And I was telling you how they need to make a place kind of like a Starbucks that makes fresh, squeezed, organic, everything organic. Orange Julius, grapefruit juice, pomegranate juice, cherry juice, pineapple juice, um, all the coconut water, and I told you that this place will have people lined up for days to get this stuff because it's so difficult to make it home. Okay? And homeless people, there's no way homeless people can make these drinks. So this is a good business. And it's not here. But I heard that in some places like Whole Food stores, they have it in the delicatessen. They will make you fresh squeezed fruit juice or vegetable juice, carrot juice. There are some people doing it, but we need it to be like a Starbucks, a drive-through. And it's going to get a lot of opposition from the two bozos who've been conspiring to make the people sick by effing up the food supply and then raking in the money later on in life when they develop the D word, the H word, and the O word. Okay? And this is their bread and butter. So along with this business, I also have another business idea for people who want to be an entrepreneur. Because these companies can't be trusted. They're being so deceitful. They won't tell you where they're getting their products from to make their tortillas, namely the organic flour. They're not telling you where they're getting it from. Okay? And the closest you'll get is that one of these companies who claims to be making organic tortillas, which they're hiding, you have to search all over the place just to find the organic tortillas because 99% of them are not organic tortillas, or at least 95%. And or maybe 99%. They've got a lot of different gluten-free and this free and keto and all kinds of BS. But organic is probably 99.5% non-existent. I found 3 brands, and one of them I had to search for weeks before I finally found it on the shelf. The other 2 are not on the shelves. They supposedly exist, but who knows where. And one of them says, we get our wheat from California, and that's the closest clue they will give you. Nobody will come out and say, we use King Arthur's organic wheat, right? So that we can go in and check the company, see if they're on the up and up. So I said just a little earlier ago, I said how we need to find out are the people like us, the street people, people on the streets who work in these companies. If they see something funny business going on to where they're just taking regular tortillas and putting them in different packaging that says organic on it, you need to put that stuff out on the internet so that that video can go viral. Okay? And So I told you that we're going to have to make our own. There's people, until they start being more transparent, because right now they're not being transparent, they're being deceitful. Okay. And I explained that all in the video earlier. And so um, there's people making videos like how to make your own cayenne pepper hot sauce, Louisiana style. Okay. You can make your own, which I'm planning on doing. Um, and you can make your own bread. They've got bread makers um, at Amazon. It's called a basic bread maker. It's like $70, 69 bucks. It's like $70. You pour your ingredients in, and that's it. It mixes it, it kneads it, and it bakes it all automatically. And you can get your own ingredients. They have King Arthur organic flour right on the shelf at Walmart. It's only a couple dollars more than the garbage enriched flour. They've got a few different brand names, but that's the one that stands out is King Arthur. All-purpose flour, and it's organic, which means it has not been sprayed with Roundup. Okay, and so even better than that is non-GMO, so that the wheat is not genetically modified either. That's even better. And that they get their organic product tested by a third party. Okay, because we don't know what the hell is in there. We don't know what kind of flour they're putting on in there. And so I saw somebody on YouTube, and you can make your own. You can make your own bread, but what I'm talking about is the tortillas. And so after I check out this bread, okay, I will decide if I'm going to make my own bread, if I think they're being as deceitful as the people who are making the tortillas. And so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it with the bread maker. I was that close to buying one. And so the tortillas, there's this one person, and I like sopapillas better than tortillas. And sopapillas are deep fried in oil instead of cooking them on a skillet. And so somebody showed how to make them, and they're simple. You just take flour, a pinch of salt, and hot water, and that's it. And then you just let it set for an hour or two, and it rises or does its magic. And then you come back and you make a little thing of it, squeeze off a little ball of dough. Or actually, he cut it into triangles. Cut triangles, and you take this triangle, then you just start turning it into like a golf ball. And then you just use your roller and roll out a little dough about that big and deep fry it. So I think I'm going to try that. Okay? Because I think these clowns are clowning us. Why aren't they not telling the people where they get their flour from? I think they're so pissed because they have these tortillas that will sit on the shelf for a year, and they'll still be like the day they put them out there. So I think they're just clowning the people, making fun of the people because they're devils to begin with. And so until they straighten up and fly right, I think it would behoove us to start making these things ourselves. It's easy. It's automatic. If you want to make the bread, it's easy. Okay, I don't have $69 to shell out for a bread maker right now, but maybe later on I will. And then I can just get myself an electric wok and make my own sopapillas. And so I just wanted to add that along with this business that makes fresh squeezed fruit juices and vegetable juices like carrot juice and celery juice, all these different things, beet juice, that have medicinal properties, medicinal qualities that are through the roof, all organic. There should also be a business that makes breads and tortillas, basically like a bakery that makes breads like sourdough bread, French bread, cornbread, even, right? And basically a bakery, but all organic, and tortillas. They have tortilla machines that are made with organic ingredients. And you just go in there and buy your tortillas right there. Okay? You don't have to worry about shelf life. You know how long a 6-pack of tortillas will last you. You know how long a dozen of tortillas will last you, right? And so yeah, they could make them right there. And that's what we need, because these three things are making us the most jacked up people on planet Earth. Is the fake ass sugar that permeates all food products in the United States that they're not using in other countries, the high fructose corn syrup that's in everything, and enriched flour that's in everything. Tortillas, breads, pies, cookies, the donuts at the bakery shop. When you go get your donuts in the morning, they're all using enriched flour, which is absolute freaking trash. Up where they have the multi-billionaires in California, in the Silicon Valley, the highest concentration of billionaires anywhere in the nation, their donut shops use organic flour. Namely, Dynamo Donuts and Coffee in San Francisco. It's a bakery, and they're using organic flour to make their donuts. And in Berkeley, where they have University California, Berkeley, they have a donut shop called Donut Farm, and they're using organic flour to make their donuts. Okay? And so I just wanted to add that to the mix. And signing out from San Joaquin Valley. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thank you for hitting the like button, and stay tuned for more valuable information on electric cars and the food supply here in the United States and other things they don't want you to know about. And the book that is written in Spanish, it's actually $24. So I'm going to try and find someplace where I can get it a little bit cheaper, because I cannot afford to fork out $24 for this book just to show it to you when I'm not even going to read it, because it's written in Spanish. Okay? I just want to show it to you that it is available. Okay? It just barely became available about 3 years ago. This book has been out since 2005. That's basically 26 years it's been out. And this is the reason why you see all this stuff in Walmart that's organic. Okay? Not all of it is on the up and up, because these mofos are going out stomping and screaming, because they are hell-bent on poisoning your ass so they can rake the money in on your ass when you become afflicted with these ailments that everybody is being afflicted with by eating this contaminated, poisoned, freaking hazardous, toxic food supply. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. Signing out from the San Joaquin Valley in California, West Coast.